Hello dear learners, welcome in the second part for quality control test for containers. In this video I will discuss the quality control test for plastic containers. So we will see it for plastic containers. So quality control tests for plastic containers involve the leakage test, water vapor permeability test, clarity of aqueous extract, collapsibility test and physiological test. Now we will see the test. Now how can we perform leakage test? So here there is a leakage test as per IP. So we can perform it as like. So to perform we have to fill 10 containers with the water and fit the closer. We have to first fill 10 containers and keep them inverted at a room temperature for 24 hours. Now what will be our end point? When we can say that our leakage test is passed? So after 24 hours, there should be no sign of leakage from any container of 10 of them. So if we will find this, then we can say that our leakage test is passed. Means there is no leakage from container. Now the second test is a water vapor permeability test for plastic containers that are used in a blood and blood components. Generally, water vapor permeability test we have to do for this kind of container which are used for blood product. We can say the blood component. It's given as per IP and BP, means Indian Pharmacopoeia and British Pharmacopoeia. So how to perform this test? So to perform this test, we have to fill empty container with the same mixture of anticoagulant solution and NaCl injection. We have to fill the container with anticoagulant solution and NaCl injection. After that we have to close the container and we have to weigh the container. Then store the container at 5 plus or minus 1 degree centigrade in an atmosphere with a relative humidity of 50 plus or minus 5% for 21 days. At the end, loss in weight should be not more than 1%. So what we have to do in that? After weighing this, we have to store it at a particular atmosphere with a relative humidity for 21 days. And after 21 days, we have to again weigh our container. So what will be our end point? Loss in a weight should not be more than 1%. This is the limit. If it will be more than 1%, then we can say that our test is failed. And if it is less than 1% or till 1%, then our test is pass. Now the next we will see, it's a clarity of aqueous extract. See, when we are performing the quality control test for plastic containers, we have to take an extract of plastic. We have to make an extract of a plastic. So here this is the test for clarity of aqueous extract. So suitable container is taken at a random and unlabeled. We have to take a container unmarked and non-laminated portions is selected. We have to select this kind of portion, means we have to select a clear portion. Their portions are cut into strips. Like this, the portion are cut into strips, none of which has a total surface area of a 20 centimeter square. Means whatever portion we are cutting from the container, it have a minimum surface area of a 20 centimeter square. After that, we have to wash the cut strips, to remove the foreign matter, and shaking them with at least 2 separate portions of distilled water for about 30 seconds. Till 30 seconds we have to shake it separately. The processed sample is taken into the flask. Then we have to take it in a flask, previously cleaned with a chromic acid, and rinse with the distilled water. So 250 ml of distilled water is added to the flask, covered and autoclaved at a 121 degree centigrade for 30 minutes. Here we have to autoclave the aqueous extract for 30 minutes at this much temperature. The extract is cooled. After that we have to cool the extract and examine. So what will be the end point over here? How we can say that our extract is clear? So it should be colorless and free from turbidity. See, there should be no color and it should be free from turbidity. Then we can say that yes, our extract is clear. Now the next test is a collapsibility test as per Indian Pharmacopoeia. So this test is applicable for those containers which have to squeeze for withdrawal of the product. Okay. A container by squeezing yields at least 90% of its nominal content flow rate at an ambient temperature. It is applicable for filling oral liquids. So this test is performed for this kind of containers where we have to squeeze our content to remove out. The next and very important test is a physiological test, and it is given as per United States Pharmacopoeia. So generally, as I said, as in a previous test, we have seen that for plastic containers we have to make an extract. So here also we have to make an extract. So USP 30 specifies the surface area that must be available for extraction at designated temperature. The extracting medium, unless specified, is a purified water. Okay, our extracting medium should be purified water and is maintained at a 70 degrees centigrade, and the current minimum surface area is a 540 centimeter square. So this is our some parameters for extraction process. So after the extraction process has taken, means after completion of extraction process, what we have to do is we have to check it for this purpose. First we have to check it for non-volatile residue. So non-volatile residue measures like organic or inorganic residue, it's soluble in an extraction media. Okay, so that it is the limit of this NVR. So limit is not more than 15 milligram. Then the second one is a residue on ignition. So this test is performed when the NVR is greater than 15 milligram. Here the limit is not more than 5 milligram. Then heavy metals. This detects the presence of metals such as lead, tin or zinc. So we have to perform it for heavy metals also. Buffering capacity measures the alkalinity or acidity of the extract. So this is all tests we have seen as per IP, BP or USP for different type of plastic containers. Now in the next video we will see the test for closures as well as the secondary packaging material. Thank you dear learners for watching the video.